Hey y'all, normally I don't like to make videos like this here, but here I'm reading the news, and I read this a few days ago, and I happened to stumble across it again. St. Louis officer charged in fatal Russian roulette shooting of another officer, authorities say. I'm not going to read the article. I'm going to tell you though that there was two of the officers were on duty. They were both men. They were on duty, and they went to one of those officers' own place. Don't recall the name. I could scroll down here and get the name, the staff. But there was a female officer who was married and had children. That she was off duty, and she came over to the place, and I don't know what the story was why she was going over there, as an off-duty officer to this other officer's home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Things are kind of strange here with this story. I don't know what it is. 1 o'clock in the morning, she's not on duty, and she's going over there to meet these two guys. But anyway, the owner of the home, he pulls out a gun, empties the chambers, the cylinder, puts windshield back on it, spins it, points the gun at the ground or something, he points it away, and he pulls the trigger, and click, sets it down on the table. The female cop that was off duty, that happened to be there for whatever reason, she picks up the gun, she points it at the guy that owned the gun, owned the place, pulled the trigger, click, nothing happens. She sets it on down, the first cop that owned the place, he picks up the gun, points the gun at her, pulls the trigger, boom, she's dead. Just before that happened, supposedly, the third cop, he said that he didn't want to be a part of this, and he was walking on out when he heard the shot behind him. There's something that's been bothering me for a long time about cops. And, I don't want to portray it that cops are bad, okay? But there is something that really needs to be fixed in our police departments across the nation. I understand that police officers have a tough job that's set out for them to be public servants. But my first question is, first of all, who was the idiots that hired those two police officers that were playing Russian roulette? Third of all, the other police officer, apparently he must have been a good police officer, because he says, no, this isn't acceptable, and I don't want no part of it, and he was leaving it. But wait a second. First of all, he must have known his partner well enough to know that there was something amiss with him. Why wasn't he reporting him that there was something wrong? Why don't we have more police officers reporting bad behavior from other police officers? This is why so many people have the belief that there's no such thing as a good cop. Is we very seldom hear about another cop saying, hey, you know what? This guy's bad for the department, he's bad for public relations, he's bad all the way around. So if you are a police officer, state police, FBI, I don't care what you are, it is your duty, as far as I'm concerned, to report more so, the police officers that are bad in these cases. It's your duty. Why isn't more happening on this? I mean, these people have been in the police department a few years. I'm sure that there was enough evidence already to get rid of them. But why aren't the police coming forward and saying they're protecting themselves? I hate to say that. I've never served in the police force, so I can't say what exactly is going on. And I know that these people are supposedly the rare minority, the rare few. But we hear about stuff all the time. That police are doing stuff that you really can't even claim duress over. In that particular instance. Stuff is happening all the time. There's plenty of opportunities where these police officers should be able to report them and get these people on out. I don't know. Maybe somebody can give me some information, some insight. But it's really frustrating. I hate to see our nation going this way. That's all I got to say tonight. Y'all have a good one. Bye. And you know what? If you're a police officer and you're watching this, I do thank you for the services that you provide for keeping us safe. But on the other hand, This does need to be addressed big time.